Welcome to the 1 of 32 post-game show. This is Don's sitting here watching 49, 48, 47.
Tick,
the clock
tock.
tick away.
Tick, tock.
With my wonderful co-host, KP. KP, say what's up to the people.
Birds fans, Birds Nation. Isn't this so sweet?
Another dub for the Birds. Sweet, sweet, sweet revenge against the New York Giants. Eagles win a 38-20 in Lincoln Financial Field. Jalen Hurts saying goodbye to Russell Wilson's career as he walks up to Brian Daboll, who will also be in the hiring section after this week. Chris.
Yes.
Chris,
Wait, hold on.
how you feeling post game after the Eagles beat the New York Giants at home?
Well done. Last episode we talked about the Giants last week blew a historic loss to the Denver Broncos.
Bad.
How are they going to respond? Now, early on, we had a close game. Until, to me, it felt like the turning point in the game was the Scatterbo injury. I hope he's okay. Probably going to miss a good amount of the season, if not all of it. But it felt like, to me, once he left the game, of course, Neighbors is already gone. Scatterbo's been the hot hand, along with the quarterback. It felt like the team sort of deflated. What about you, Dons? Give me your first initial thoughts as the game is over now.
First thought is that this game wasn't even close from the beginning. Even with Scatterbo in the game, I felt like the Eagles had full control. I do believe that it would have been a little bit more challenging with Scatterbo in there, so I'm not discrediting what you're saying.
Yep.
Scatterbo's a good player. He adds a lot of juice to this offense. But overall, I felt like this is the way we should have played the first time that we played the Giants. We responded great after going down and getting our butts whooped over in the Meadowlands. I am very pleased with what I saw by this Philadelphia football team. I am only wondering what went wrong for the Giants this game, honestly. What went wrong for the Giants this game, because we've been talking nonstop about how bad our secondary's been, especially our second corner. So I'm thinking, did Keely Ringo really have a good game today? Or is Brian Daboll so bad that he can't identify a sore spot in the defense and even throw to that side? I didn't even see. Do you even know how many targets was thrown against Keely Ringo? I don't.
I'll tell you one thing, Dons. He only had 2 tackles today, meaning he wasn't around the ball very much.
That's not a bad thing. If you can hide my boy in coverage, then I'll take it. He's perfect for that.
Well, in past games, we've seen him with 5-6 tackles or, 4 or 5 tackles. Like, man, they're really targeting this guy. Seemed like the Giants did not take advantage of that. Just looking at the statistics here for the defense, Zach Bourne leading the team with 6 tackles. But, Don's, for me, the defense, it was the sacks.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sacks. Season high 5 sacks for the Birds.
Why doesn't it even feel that way? I think maybe it's because this game was so under control since, I guess, the start of it, that the sacks didn't feel as impactful to me as they normally would. What about you? How'd you feel when Jalen Hunt got that sack where Jalen Carter was taking him down to the ground? How'd it feel to you seeing Josh Josh Uche getting that strip sack or almost getting the strip sack? How did it feel like to finally see pressure coming from your defensive line for your Philadelphia Eagles?
All season, we've been begging for it, Dons. Please, either trade for a guy. We did a whole episode on players we can get that can get after the quarterback. Today, we didn't need anybody but the guys we had already on the roster. True. 5 sacks. Not only that, we had pressure. I want to say it felt like, Dons, every other play we were getting pressure. Now, there were times
Jackson Dart is mad slippery, man.
Yes.
I get so annoyed watching this kid play against us because he keeps getting out of pressure by just
escapes
the smallest margin of error. This guy has broken kneecaps by now, but he just seems to be so elusive.
I was very happy with the defense overall, Dons.
Yeah,
Giants.
Me too.
7 points in the first quarter, 7 points in the fourth. No touchdowns in the second or third quarter. The game was over by the fourth quarter anyway. So really a great game by the defense. But, Dons, we know who the star of the show was, right?
Who? Tell me, please.
Saquon Barkley.
I hate
Revenge
you.
game.
Can you do me a favor real quick?
Revenge
Can you pass
game.
me my phone over there on the table? Because it has my notes on it. I forgot to grab it. Oh, thank you, dear. Yeah, after many weeks of deliberating and pointing the blame game and saying who's the reason or what's the reason, why is the reason, Kevin Patala, our offensive line finally had a strong game blocking, and I can't tell you how relieved I am to see not only just Saquon Barkley go off for big runs, but Tank Bigsby also getting in there and having a good day on the ground. Chris, the impact of Saquon Barkley when you saw him break that 60-yard plus touchdown on the first carry in the game, how are you feeling? Talk to me. Tell the people what it do, player.
For a second, Dons, it felt like a flashback to last season, honestly. Seeing him,
Yeah.
there's a hole there. He sees it. He bursts through, and whoever's chasing him is not catching him, Dons. Once he gets to the second level, he's just got the acceleration.
He had a couple
still
of
has
those this game.
Although he left the game with what we believe to be some sort of leg injury, as the Jets get the win over the Bengals. Unbelievable, Dons. Unbelievable.
No way.
Man.
The parlay is over.
I can't believe
and
the
my
Bengals
dreams
lost.
of not going into work tomorrow are dead.
Don's had a big parlay going. But anyway, no, Saquon was unbelievable. Talk about revenge game, Dons. We talked about last week. Giants were susceptible to the run. 14 carries, 150 yards, over 10 yards per carry. Yes, he did have a touchdown, the long one, 65 yards you talked about earlier, but also 4 catches, 24 yards, and another receiving touchdown. Easy, wide open as we see it here. He jumps in the end zone. That's his second of the day. Dons, tell me about the offensive line. That's your specialty. You love watching the line. How did we play today overall? Give me some grades. How do you feel about the line? Was it our best game of the season?
Yeah, as far as running game and being on our defensive. Sorry, I'm getting super distracted. There's an overabundance of screens going on right now, and my brain cannot compute. But let me tell you about our offensive line this game.
3 screens.
We had a hat on a hat almost every single play, which was something that we weren't seeing before. We were seeing a lot of miscommunication. I think the key here is having Toph at center has actually solidified our offense a little bit. I really do think Cam Jurgens has been playing pretty injured, and I think without him having to kind of figure out what's going on with Toph over at left guard, Jordan Mailata played a much better game. The continuity you saw with Landon Dickerson was better. I still think Steen had a couple of mistakes, but overall, we held on to our blocks pretty well. Now, it wasn't perfect. There was a couple of times I saw the ball being handed off to Saquon Barkley where I turned to you and said, man, like, if Steen or Toph would have just stayed on their block for 1 second longer, it would have been a touchdown. So, best game I've seen from the running game perspective. Passing game perspective, I felt like Jalen had all day to throw. Most of the times we dropped back, he did a good job scrambling out of pressure when it did come, and also throwing into the pressure. I think Jalen all year has been good at getting rid of the ball and beating the blitz. He's been pretty consistent there. But offensively, it's great to see us getting back on track with the run game, seeing Saquon Barkley be dominating, and also seeing our backups coming in and really making an impact in this game. This is by far the most complete offensive game I think I've seen the Philadelphia Eagles play all year.
I think you're right, Dons. We just saw the statistic on the screen after the game as Saquon does his post-game interview. Eagles had 5 straight games without 100 rushing yards, and we broke that today. Not only did Saquon have 150, but Dons, we haven't mentioned his name, and it's been about 10 minutes. Tank Bigsby, 9 carries, 104 yards. Have we found our second running back, Dons? It feels like to me that's a no-brainer.
You say it's a no-brainer, but Tank Bigsby, I got to give him his flowers this game. Let's not even talk negative. But he has a little bit of question when it comes to ball security. So Tank Bigsby, if he can continue to produce like this, there's no reason why anybody else should be getting carries on the field other than him and Saquon Barkley.
For the last 2 or 3 weeks, we were saying to each other, where is Tank? We traded for this guy. Why are we not feeding him?
Yeah.
For whatever reason,
I wanted
he
him
wasn't
off the
getting the ball.
roster.
I know.
I wanted him off the roster because I was like, why do you have this guy doing kick returns where you can't even catch? Like, get him off the field.
If you're not going to play him, get rid of him. Get something. But Dons, he got used today. Saquon did leave in, I think, middle of fourth quarter, maybe 7 minutes left, something like that, with what looked like a
Looked like he
hamstring.
pulled a hamstring or something, or
But even before that,
calf.
Tank was getting work. I think it might have been the second or third drive after Saquon's long run. Tank came in and got a couple of big runs, long runs. He did have a long of 29 today. But if we can have some balance with him and Saquon, Dons, that could take this run game to another level.
I still think take it as a grain of salt right now. What you saw a lot was the Philadelphia Eagles playing a very undisciplined defense. Tank Bigsby had a great game on the ground, but he was also bouncing things outside where I feel like better teams will play more discipline and not allow that. He had that just cut to the outside too often for big yards. I think that was more of the Giants being bad than it is him being special. Not to say he wasn't good or great or anything like that, because he deserves his flowers for the day. But you got to remember, the New York Giants is one of the worst teams against the run, and it really showed today. It seems like this whole team kind of blew their load playing against the Philadelphia Eagles a couple weeks ago in the Meadowlands, and they're back to form now, knowing that they're a bad football team and playing and acting like a bad football team. Overall, let me ask you this about the Giants. Then I'll let you drive. Do you feel like the Giants are better today than they were rewind a year at this point last year?
Giants are much better.
Agreed.
They have a quarterback now. They have hope. Anytime you have a young quarterback, especially in a big city, Dons, like New York, it gives the team hope, gives the city hope. So I love Jackson Dart and his future. You have Scatterbo. He went down today. Oh. Hello.
My bad. Keep going.
Scatterbo, I know we went down today. Of course, Malik Neighbors, an unbelievable athlete, had a great rookie season. He was lost maybe 2 weeks ago. ACL. He'll be back next season. Despite the Giants beating the Eagles, they're 2-5 right now. They should have what you would think would be a top 10 pick, an ability to add to that roster.
Yeah.
They do have a defensive line that is elite, although I expect them to lose one of Thibodeau, maybe, Burns got there. They have the rookie, but
Yeah, they can't keep them all forever.
no. But at the same time, Dons, the defensive line is there. Anytime the Giants have been successful, why has that been? The defensive line, their ability to get after the quarterback.
Yeah.
Right, Pats fans? You remember.
Why?
You remember.
Why are you talking
Justin
about them
Tuck,
like that?
OCU Minora, Michael Strahan. Just
that better?
getting after Thomas, Edward, Patrick, Brady.
Sorry, dude. I'm messing with the.
It's okay, Don.
The
Do what you got to
volume.
do.
I don't know.
I'm going to take
why.
the wheel.
I don't know why it's doing this, but it's doing it.
It's okay.
Okay.
You ready?
Ready. So, all game long, Devontae Smith stepped up in a big way for us. How'd you feel like he performed as our number one with A.J. Brown out this game?
You made a comment during the game that every time he catches the ball, I make a comment like something like this. Oh, get down. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, my God.
Every time,
Don't run.
dude,
What are you
every
doing?
time.
Go out of bounds.
Every time.
To me, I know Smitty's durable, Dons. I just see how skinny he is and his stature, and I know his weakness, or if there is one, is after the catch. He doesn't break a lot of tackles, so I just want him to get down as quick as possible. Not only that, we're already down A.J. Brown. You know, in hindsight now, Saquon is injured. Let's hope he's okay, although we are on a bye next week, which is nice. I know it's early in the season bye, but it's still a bye. What?
No Eagles football next week.
Oh, I know. Well,
At least we get a dub.
yeah, and it'll be nice to have a week off of like not having to worry about the Birds. I can watch the other teams, in peace.
True.
Scott Hansen was mentioning that today. 6 teams on a bye this week. But anyway, Devontae Smith, 6 catches, 84 yards, averaging 14 yards per catch. Did have a long of 26 yards, 9 targets. A.J. Brown was missed.
I would have loved to have seen Smitty get a touchdown today.
Me too. But the offense ran pretty well, Dons. Hurts was super efficient today. We were giving him flowers earlier, but 15 of 20. We talked about the magic number of pass attempts, 20 to 30. He was at 20 today. 179 yards, but 4 touchdowns.
I feel like we can't say my boy's name like he's Voldemort right now.
Why?
Be careful what you wish for, Eagles fans. I know
right.
everybody's tired of the diva behavior, but this is the New York Giants. Don't forget, they're a 2-5 team for a reason. They are bad. They are the worst. They belong in the CFL, if you ask me. They're the big three.
They did lose one of their biggest weapons, along with the best player they had 2 weeks ago. So let's give them some slack, Dons.
No, they're a bad football team on the come up. They don't deserve praise right now. They have players who are overly cocky, in my opinion, for getting 2 wins in a season. They have a lot of work to do, and I will not be easy on them. I know they lost Scatterbo. I know they lost people, but we're also playing injured with a lot more people off the field than they are. So, no, I will not cut them slack. And it's their own fault. They should be a much better team than what they are now. This franchise, the New York Giants, should be in a much further stage of development than what they've been doing these past few years. Do you disagree with me? They've had a lot of pieces.
Dons. There's not only one example, there's now 2 examples. So first we had Saquon Barkley leaving the New York Giants, goes to the Eagles, has immediate success. And what do we see in this season? Daniel effing Jones is in the MVP conversation.
Yeah.
It's not a mystery that he leaves the Giants, a team that notoriously can't protect the quarterback, didn't get weapons around him, didn't have the good infrastructure that you need for a young quarterback. He goes to another team, and he's thriving.
Instantly thriving. Then you have to mention, like, why are you signing Russell Wilson to this team? When they signed Jameis Winston, I was like, okay, that makes sense. You have a rookie. You have somebody that's going to get in the game eventually, week 6 or something like that. J-Mo would have been much better for this roster. But instead, you get a guy who's completely washed. Maybe. Maybe not completely, but maybe he's like at 30%. I think Russell Wilson's cooked.
Close, damn near.
Yeah, damn near cooked. You give him a ton of money, just makes no sense organizationally. But to our benefit, we beat that ass today. Jalen Hurts, very poised in the pocket, very poised rolling out, finding Dallas Goedert twice for a touchdown, finding Jahan Dotson, which, if we're going to be honest, Jahan Dotson bailed us out on that throw.
Oh, boy, did he ever dance.
But what a play. Everybody forgets Jahan Dotson was a first-round pick, and he was a first-round pick for a reason, and he shows it on the field. He's constantly making plays when he's put in a situation to thrive. Jahan Dotson, shout out to you. I think you deserve Offensive Hero of the Game because you never fall asleep. You never fall asleep. I never see him not run a route fully. So, Jahan Dotson, I love you. I need you, and I wants to see more of you.
You know what else, Dons? It gives a guy like that supreme confidence moving forward. Not only did he have a huge catch in the Super Bowl, but now to have not only a touchdown, but he straight up mossed that guy. Jumped over him, snagged it over his head, touchdown, go Birds.
Go Ravens? ? Ruining the parlay tremendously. 16-30 lost against Ravens.
Their defense is back.
Damn
they got
Bears.
90% of their guys back. They don't have Matabuke, the guy in the middle, back. But for the most part, their defense is back, Dons, and it showed today.
I feel like Derrick Henry just hit the goal line like, and then he ran it back in.
He scored his 111th touchdown today. I think he's 4th or 5th all time. Peterson is next on the list. But, yeah. Dons, where do you want to go in regards to the offense here? We've talked about the defense, how impressed we are. We talked about the run game with Saquon. Jalen Hurts a little bit. What else stuck out to you on this game, in this game? You were texting me throughout, sending me all your notes. What are you looking up there? What do you want to talk to me about?
Something that I think can be our Achilles heel this year that can really hurt us when it counts are all of our pre-snap penalties. I want to talk about the discipline or lack of discipline on this football team. I almost feel like winning a championship has overinflated the egos or overinflated the trust that the coaches should have in these players. I think maybe they need to be disciplined a little bit more harshly when mistakes are being like evident on the field every single week. Same shit. Stop with the false starts. You know the count. It's okay if it's one thing every now and then, but it's every freaking week, multiple times a game.
Tons, 5 penalties, 30 yards today. Unacceptable. You do that against a good team, it might cost you the game.
And it's not the worst statistic for 30 yards, but it's always at inopportune moments to take us like at the beginning of the game where we were on 4th and 3, and then Steen ends up Steen ends up jumping and costing us 5 yards, making it a 58-yard field goal. And what happens? Jake Elliott, ding, hits the freaking right goalpost. It's costing us points. It needs to stop, and it starts from the top. It starts from Nick Sirianni holding his players accountable. It starts from Kevin Petula having the confidence to be able to steer our offense. It comes from Jeff Stoutland hammering down on their offensive linemen and keeping the standard of what we're used to for the Philadelphia Eagles offensive linemen. We just have a lot of, it seems like to me, that's not my job type guys on this field.
Ouch.
It feels like it because what other reason are these mistakes occurring? Other than we're just that sloppy.
Dare I say,
what?
my team that just won a Super Bowl isn't as sharp. Maybe.
True.
I'm not blaming Sirianni, but maybe it's a team that just won the Super Bowl, and we're just starting to get into the middle of the season where teams are starting to sort of round into shape. We're starting to know, as we see the Eagles in the locker room here, Sirianni's dancing around, as we see what teams are actually going to be as we get closer to those cold months, November, December. That's when you start to know who teams are, Dons. In the last 2 weeks, I'm getting pleasantly surprised by the passing offense of Jalen Hurts' efficiency. Without
he's
A.J.
looking
Brown.
real poised back there.
Yeah, even without A.J. Brown. Now, the Eagles... What?
It felt like he was trying to prove a point today. Yep. It felt like he was, with those throws, he was finding Smitty real quick on those reads.
9 targets for Smitty. The next Eagle was 5 for Saquon. So he really did focus on Devontae today.
But it could be that Devontae's just open right away. And because he's the number 1 wide receiver this game, the ball's getting in. What?
Don't forget, he won a Heisman Trophy.
He's
as a wide
beast.
receiver. As a wide receiver.
Yes, true. It's like the first one, too, in like over 15 years or 20 years, right? Something like that.
Not many guys have done that.
I don't know college too much.
Now, Jalen Waddle was hurt in that season in Alabama. He was the star of the year before or coming into the season, but Devontae was unbelievable.
I love Smitty. I love me some Smitty. I still think we need A.J. Brown to get this damn thing done.
Definitely. What did you think of him today? Towel on his head, glasses on, kind of just very unassuming.
Good. That's what I want to see from a player who's not playing.
I would normally ask for permission, but they say ask for forgiveness, not for permission, so I'm going to bring it up. When I sent you that A.J. Brown was out, do you want to tell the people what you said to me?
I forgot what I said. I say a lot of things.
You said trade.
Yes.
Meaning you think we're trading A.J. Brown. Now, listen to this, Dons.
Yeah,
I read something today. I read something today.
What?
The Eagles are not looking to trade A.J. Brown, but if some teams wanted to send like a huge package for him, they would consider it. And multiple AFC teams have reportedly been interested in doing that.
Of course they're gonna trade him, bro. That's why he's not playing. Hamstring my ass.
No, they're not.
Way too calm.
We're not trading him.
He looked way too not excited. Howie Roseman's not a fool. And Howie came out saying that A.J. Brown is like part of the Philadelphia Eagles' future. We're invested in this guy. And A.J. Brown is for the best of the Eagles. Blah, blah, blah. This team won't throw away their future. A.J. Brown is the future. That means a trade's coming for a first-round pick and a player. I don't want to see it done. I love A.J. Brown. I love his talent. I want him to obviously not be doing what he's doing and feeling how he's feeling, but I can't be. If you were any other fan from any other fan base, you'd look at the situation and you'd be like, he's gone.
I said the same thing about Hendrickson last week. He's still on the Bengals, Dons. He sat out last week, and we thought.
Different.
But listen, I agree with you. There's a thought that he could be traded. I just don't see it happening. Give me your percentage chance that we trade him, Dons. To me, it's at about 10, 15%. It ain't happening, Dons.
72%.
You're crazy.
72% chance that AJ
I didn't say
gets
what do you
traded.
want. I said what do you think?
I want him to stay on this team for the next
Okay,
4
good.
years.
Good.
I want him to stay on this team, but I think there's a 72% chance that somebody comes in with an offer that just blows you out the water, and AJ Brown will no longer be a Philadelphia Eagle.
Dons, it would be a particularly good time to trade someone as the Eagles approach their bye and their bye week. A time to rest, a time to get together, maybe self-scout.
Wait a minute.
What?
We can trade $100 million men.
That's my thought. Is not really a bad
Myles
time
Garrett.
on a bye week.
Myles Garrett, welcome
my
to the
God.
Philadelphia Eagles. Exchange $1 million men. Send AJ Brown to the pits of hell in Cleveland with Dylan Gabriel and Shador Sanders, and bring us Myles Garrett.
They just traded. I mean, they just paid that man. Dons. It'd be very hard
They
for
just
us to
paid
get him.
AJ. They're both $100 million men.
That would be nice. We'd have to give more though. We'd have to give more.
Yeah, we'd have to give them more.
We would have to give more.
No shot, dude.
Yeah.
No shot. We would probably like exchange a second round pick for like a fourth as well. And I'm willing and caring to do that.
To get Myles Garrett?
If
No.
we trade him, I would rather not trade him.
No.
I would rather not trade him. But if we're gonna trade him, imagine if we get Myles Garrett as compensation in return for AJ Brown.
It would be nice.
I would love that. Bro, AJ's so ungrateful sometimes. He's so
Okay,
ungrateful.
but what if next game we feed him, he has 10 targets, 8 catches, 120, and 2 touchdowns,
I
then
don't
he's
doubt
happy
that
again.
that will happen.
Then he's
I'd
happy
rather
again.
that happen.
Then he doesn't want to get traded anymore.
I would rather that happen. I love
He just
AJ
wants
Brown.
the ball.
I'm just saying.
He just wants the ball. Now, one quick thing, Dons, we have to talk about. I know we were laughing and giggling, but let's be serious for about 30
Go
seconds.
Broncos.
We saw on the screen today Jets center legend, Hall of Famer, in my opinion. I hope he gets in. I'm pretty sure he will. Nick Mangold passed away, kidney disease.
Very sad.
43, 44 years young. My first memory of him, of course, is on the Jets. He was always a beast in Madden, Dons. Always looking to get him as my center. A fantastic player. Also a pretty good interview, considering most linemen didn't talk much. Very quiet and unassuming. Nick Mangold had a great personality. We send thoughts and prayers to his family. And I'll throw it to you, Dons. Any thoughts on Nick Mangold?
Yeah, it's very sad that he's gone. NFL legend, one of the best in the game. It just, not that my condolences means anything to the family, but that really sucks. Sorry that happened to you. Thoughts and prayers and all that, for real. But what it makes me think, and I know this is on some morbid stuff, but doesn't matter how rich and famous you are, doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter how unsuccessful or successful you are, when something that like this happens, sometimes we're all on equal playing field, and that's a scary thought to have.
Agreed, Dons. Very, very young.
Yeah.
Was not what I was expecting to see at all. I guess just maybe a thought. What?
I saw him asking for a donor for a kidney out there a few days ago, and I was actually very surprised. I don't know what happened, but surprised someone like that didn't get one right away, to be honest. But anyways, very sad. Let's stop talking about it.
I'm ready to turn the corner a little bit, Dons. I have a question for you.
Let's do it.
Before we went morbid for a minute, we were talking about the bye week. As the Eagles approach their bye week, a week off, I mentioned a time to self-scout, sort of rest, get your injuries ready. They're calling Saquon's injury a groin now. What do you want the Eagles to focus on most or improve most as they go into their bye, looking to a tough schedule afterwards? So give me your thoughts on the bye and what the Eagles need to do on their bye week.
Number one, we have to focus on getting healthy. There's nothing more
Agreed.
important than getting our offensive line on the same page and getting everybody fully operational. Number two, Kevin Patula, go back, take a look at what you're doing, and figure out why you can't keep a consistent flow on offense. You have a lot of good play designs. You have a lot of good big play hits. We have some great drives, but we struggle to sustain it. This week, obviously, against the Giants, we did not have those issues. We did a good job capitalizing on what the defense was giving us and also taking what we wanted to when we wanted to. But there's a couple of drives in between where they just left a lot to be desired on the field. So number 2, Kevin Patula, figure out how to keep a consistent flow on offense. Number 3.
Tell me.
And I'll leave this as my last point here. You need to figure out how you're going to become the Philadelphia Eagles 2025 football team. You need to become a complete football team who's in it for each other, that has no question that everybody's moving in the same direction. And we need to figure out how to repair and mend the relationships that might not be, in fact, repairable, but workable. So, for number 3, I think the whole team, from staff to players, need to figure out how to come up from this turmoil and be a one strong, hard, girthy, united front.
I'll tell you what, Dons. For me, it's really simple.
Uh-huh.
I just want the Birds to find more ways to get A.J. Brown the ball. I do. I think it opens up the things for the rest of the offense. I know he's getting double teamed. He's getting a lot of attention as it is. But I want him getting the ball more. I want to see 8 to 10 targets every game. I want to see either screens or find easy ways to get him the ball. If Kellen Moore is able to do it last season, Dons, it's a copycat league. Why don't we copy some of those plays from last year, paste them into our offense this year?
No. I disagree. I think we all have a little bit of an amnesia and like to forget what we were crying about and yelling about last year. We were yelling and screaming about our passing offense all year long last year, saying that a team can't throw, can't win the Super Bowl. This team's never going to go anywhere because our offensive passing game is anemic. I don't think there's been that much of a deviation between KP and Kellen Moore when it comes to production levels. I think Kellen Moore was just more of an experienced offensive coordinator, so he knew how to lean on his team's specialties. And I think that's the biggest difference from what we're seeing of last year and this year. Last year, we found a way to make the running game our staple, right?
Yep.
This year, we haven't made anything our staple, but last year it was get A.J. Brown the ball, get A.J. Brown the ball. You have 2 of the best wide receivers in the league. Imagine what this team would look like if you had a different quarterback behind center. All year long, we've heard that. Let's not make it like last year Kellen Moore's offense was the best offense in the world. It was just that Saquon and the O-line were mowing people down like they were a tractor in a cornfield. They were just mowing down those poor little bunnies, making homes on the floor, and here comes a tractor, and their family's in a panic, and everybody's in disaster zone. It's scary being out here.
Yeah.
But let's not say that Kellen Moore's offense was this great, like Sean McVay or Kyle Shanahan offense that like transformed the 49ers and the Rams. That's not what happened last year. Let's not forget.
I'll tell you what, Dons. The Eagles better focus on this bye week, because coming up, these next 3 games are just as difficult, in my opinion, as the first 4 weeks that we had this season, Dons. Coming out of the bye at Lambeau, Monday Night Football. So a short week coming up the next week, traveling to Dallas to play the Cowboys. The Cowboys always play us tough, especially in Dallas. Follow that up with another Monday night game at the Chargers. So going from Lambeau to Dallas, then from Dallas to the Chargers, all the way across the country. The Birds are going to be doing a lot of traveling in the next 3 weeks, Dons. Now, you told me today, and I agree with you, we are a great road team, but we're going to be tested over the next 3 to 4 weeks.
Well, we won. That's the important part. I know we kind of got outside of our post-game showness stuff, but the Philadelphia Eagles, how many wins we got? 6-2.
6-2 Downs.
The Philadelphia Eagles are 6-2. Another successful start to the season.
3-1 at home.
Sirianni, Jalen Hurts throwing the ball great. Dallas Goedert, glad he's here. Imagine if we didn't have Goddard and we had some other bum tight end. Would not be good. Dallas knows how to get into the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, 3 catches, 28 yards. He did have 2 touchdowns. He was super efficient, but only 3 targets, Downs.
That's okay. If you give me 2 touchdowns on 3 targets, I'll take that any day of the week. I don't care how many receptions you get. If you get 10 receptions, no touchdowns, I'd rather have the 2.
I agree with you. The other, as we see James Cook, over 200 rushing yards today. If not for him, Saquon would have been the leading rusher in the NFL today with 150 yards rushing. To me, it just felt like
hamstring.
It felt like last year to me, Dons. The offense looked great. Saquon was efficient. Jalen Hurts, therefore, was efficient. You didn't have to throw the ball 30, 35 times.
Nice to see what our defense can do with some rest.
Defense made plays when they needed to. Now, there were some things we need to work on. To me, Jalen Hurts in the pocket a few times, just dancing around in the pocket, getting caught. He had 4 sacks today. Or it just felt like he was indecisive. Dons would point out he's open. I saw a couple plays where I said, damn, we got guys wide open. Now, I know we don't know the whole play. We don't know the progression.
Yeah.
But it felt like there were plays to be made out there that Jalen is still missing. And we know he's not a great passer, not a great processor. He's really a has to see it first and then throw it type of quarterback. Nothing wrong with that. Some guys just have that feeling, that Peyton Manning, that Tom Brady. And I know Jalen's working to get there. But to me, there are still times where Jalen Hurts is not the weakness of the team, but, man, that's a misplay. Man, that's a miss guy. Or what are you doing, man? So
but
they're few and far between. Yes, they're few and far between.
Yeah. Every quarterback in the league you could say that about. I'm very happy with this progress over the last couple of weeks. So let's give them some flowers when it's due. I mean, we're very hard on this team all year long. I feel like we've been hard on the team
Damn
this
right.
podcast.
Damn right, Dons.
It's a post-game win. We beat the Giants. It doesn't matter how bad they are. At the end of the day, it's an NFL football game, and we came out victorious.
Any
going
given
to the bye week.
Sunday.
Any given Sunday is damn right. And everybody did well. Everybody did well. Not one person stood out to me saying, wow, that was bad. Even Jahad Campbell, when he was holding on to Jackson Dart's ankle like he was Kurt Angle, he had a good game at edge. Not as productive. Again, remember how I told you, let a middle linebacker be a middle linebacker?
Yep.
You know, you put him in his natural position, he's going to be playing a lot better than what he is at edge. But we'll see how his progression continues, because there's nothing like getting punched in the face by that right tackle that weighs 300 plus pounds. It's a lot different than playing at the linebacker position and having your speed to take advantage of the size difference there. So overall, very happy with Nakobe Dean. Very happy with Brandon Graham coming back. Very happy with the way we performed defensively. Those 20 points, those last touchdown, I waved that off as a nothing burger. That was backup sin. Once you see Demps in there, you know the backup sin. I'm good.
Dons, I don't see Brandon Graham with a tackle today or anything.
He didn't play.
No, I mean, yeah, okay, yeah.
I'm talking about, like, the position of this team. Like, I'm happy the way we played. I'm happy Nakobe Dean's back. I'm happy that Brandon Graham's back because he's going to give us valuable play added and locker room experience to this team.
He's a vet.
He's a vet. We have our offensive line pass blocking tremendously well. Saquon Barkley's hitting the grass.
Hitting the grass.
There's nothing. There's nothing to complain about right now.
Dons, I feel good going into the bye. When we had those 2 losses in a row, it was easy to jump on the birds. They've responded well. Back-to-back wins going into the bye. You'd wish you had a later bye, but I'm pretty happy going into this this time off.
I don't really feel anything. Maybe because I'm dead inside. But I don't feel overly happy. Like, usually I would be pumped right now. But I expected this win. There was no doubt in my mind we were getting it. I don't feel overly joyous of just another Eagles dub. You know, I don't know. It just doesn't feel that good right now. And I know that sounds like a very ungrateful fan, and I'm not trying to be, but I just knew that this team had no business playing on the same field together. So the win's a lot of watered down for me.
Sometimes it's more relief than it is like, yeah, we won. It's okay, we didn't blow this one. We already blew one to them this year. You don't want to lose both games to the Giants in the division. Bad.
I'm excited to see A.J. Brown being inserted to this offense if we can do this again next week.
Yeah, part of me, there is always a benefit, Don, if you ask me, because there's two ways the game could have gone today. The Eagles could have come out and scored 10 points. Hurts is very inefficient, 2 interceptions, and A.J. Brown's sitting there. I'm not saying he's thinking this, but guess you guys do need me, huh? Now, it was the New York Giants, but all we have is the results from one game, and the offense was pretty goddamn efficient. So there's definitely a part of me that knows A.J. Brown was watching this offense saying, okay, you know what? Not that they don't need me, okay, but this offense looked pretty damn smooth today without A.J. Brown, did it not?
They're trading him, bro.
No, they're not.
They're trading him.
Nope. Or like, what is Howie's thoughts watching this game? You know, what if do you think this game has anything to do with if we trade him, Don's meaning, kind of like I just broke down, is Howie watching the game? If we come out, we're inefficient, we can't move the ball, we score 10 points, he's thinking to himself, God damn, we need AJ. Well, today, damn near 40 points. The Giants couldn't stop us. We took the foot off the gas.
Yeah.
Do you think Howie's thinking, you know what, maybe I should look at those offers again in my inbox. Maybe I should answer the phone.
All game, no. I didn't think so. Until Jahan Dotson mossed Black for that touchdown at the end. Mossed him.
You got mossed.
Howie's going to be like, oh, well, if you think about the value, and he's a first-round pick here, and they don't call me Howie for no reason, so...
I'd be... wouldn't it be nice, guys? How about this one? How much would you pay to be a fly on the wall to know the offers that we're getting for A.J. Brown? Like, what amount of money would you pay to figure that out? A cool
$9,000. Cool $9,000.
I was like 5,000 maybe. No, that's too much. I wouldn't even spend that much. You're crazy.
I would not spend $9.
No, but then you could use it to. Never mind. We shouldn't talk about gambling. Anyway. So, Dons, any final thoughts about the Giants game before we wrap up here?
I hope Scatterbo's okay.
Yeah, he's definitely out for the season. It looks like dislocated ankle. Now Tyrone Tracy is the fantasy man to pick up.
Yeah, I hope Scatterbo's okay. Jackson Dart looks okay, and the Philadelphia Eagles are 6-2. That's what I have to say.
Bye week coming up this week, Dons. We talked about it last week, but I'm going to remind you again. We are dressing up for the Halloween episode this week. Are you ready?
Yeah, I suppose I'm ready. I'm ready.
Dons is pulling up his fantasy right now. He's already mentally checked out. He's checking the fantasy squad. Let's go.
That's not
Check
what
the
I want
fantasy
to see.
squad. Eagles 13 straight wins
fantasy.
at home versus the Giants. Longest active streak by any team. Go Birds.
We lost all of our parlays.
No, I haven't lost one of mine. One of mine's still alive.
No, they're all dead.
That's not true.
It is. They're all dead. They're all dead, just like my hopes and dreams. Sorry, man.
That's
we
it,
didn't
Don.
win
Ready
them
to
this
wrap it up?
time. Huh?
That's it. That's right. I said you ready to wrap it up?
Yes. Thank you for tuning in to our post-game show.
What a day. What a game, Dons. What a game.
Please follow us on TikTok. Please follow us on Instagram, oneof.32. Both of those. If you want to email us, it's oneday32@gmail.com. oneday32@gmail.com. We love you. Eagles win. Go Birds. As always, I'm Dons. He's KP. Peace out.